How's it going, everybody? This is Ashley with Outdoor Legacy again. Today I got another scope review I want to talk to you all about. This will actually be a digital night vision scope. Not talking thermal. Today we're going digital night vision. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and get the disclaimers out of the way. Obviously, guys, I work for Outdoor Legacy. If at any time you have a question about anything in this video or a question about a thermal scope or another night vision scope, just call us. Give me a call. You can talk to me, Jason, Hans, all three of us. Phone number is 877-350-1818. Or you can go to our website if it's after hours, outdoorlegacygear.com. You'll see the scope I'm talking about today, as well as all of our other digital night vision scopes and thermal scopes and some accessories. So if you have any questions, want to know more about the scope, go check it out. And we'll have some more specs and details there on the website that you can look at that I might miss or may not cover today. So today we are talking about Pulsar's Digex C50, digital night vision. So black and white at night, and it is full color in the daylight. Guys, this is the fall of 2023. Currently, this scope retails for $13.99. So that's $1,399. It's a really good price for what you're getting in this unit. Let's go through some specs. I'm gonna try to roll some video footage as well, so I'll throw that in while I'm going through this so you guys don't have to look at me. $13.99 is the price on this scope. It does not include the mount, guys. This is the American Defense Recon mount. This holds any 30mm tube scope, so any thermal or night vision scope that has a 30mm tube fits in this American Defense mount. So it is not included in the box. This scope does not come with a mount. I've just had it in this mount. This is what I've been running it on my rifle. So, image resolution. It's a 1928 by 1080 resolution. Real good picture image. Call it 2K, just to be short. So, very good picture image. Magnification. It's a 3.5 power base magnification. 3.5 by 14. So you're gonna go 3.5 at your base, zoom in once to go to 7, zoom in one more time, you go to 14. Still has a good picture image at 14, guys. Obviously, as you know, in thermal and digital night vision, whenever you zoom in and double your magnification, you're cutting that resolution in half. So 3.5 at 2K resolution, 7 powers at 1K, and 14s at about 500. So still a very usable picture. Because it is a 3.5 power base magnification, the field of view at 100 yards is going to be 50 feet. That's 50 feet left to right at 100 yards. It has an operating temperature range down to -13 degrees. Battery life. You're going to get, man, it varies a little bit on how much you're using it and how cold it is and your Wi-Fi and your recording. But guys, you can expect 8 to 10 hours. I would probably say 9 to 10 hours in decent weather. Cold weather, like freezing and below, I would still say 5-6 hours in that. We don't deal with a lot of those temps here in the South, as you guys know. It has picture-in-picture. That's daytime or nighttime, color or black and white. Recoil rating. Guys, it is Pulsar, so it is rated for some of the largest weapons available. So it'll handle a 375 H&H or a 12 gauge shotgun. It'll handle the recoil from both of those or anything up to that. Startup time, man, this thing, guys, when you power this on, it's up and running quick. That's one thing I noticed, one of the things I liked. Technically it's a 3-second startup time. So very fast startup time. Hold the button down, and within 3 seconds, you can use this scope and go to work. Weight, a little bit heavy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little heavier than your typical small, compact night vision scopes. So 32 ounces. 32 ounces, guys. So it's distributed really well, but you've got a lot here. There's a lot in this package. You've got the scope, you've got a mount, you've got multiple batteries. I mean, really 3 batteries: internal battery, the external battery in the scope, and then you have another external battery in the IR light. So, and you have the weight of the IR light. So all that combined, guys, 32 ounces is your weight. Full video recording, audio recording. As you know, Pulsar is known for their high quality video and audio recording. You have multiple reticles, 10 different reticles, and several different reticle colors. Obviously, there aren't color palettes because this is a digital night vision scope. So you're going to be full color in the day, black and white at night. That's going to be the specs. So let's do a little walk around. I will kind of show you guys everything on this scope, point out all its features on it. So let's start with here's the eyepiece. You have your eyepiece, you have your diopter focus to adjust this to your eye. Get the menu screen adjusted to your eye where it is clear and focused. On top, you have your control buttons. You have your power button, your magnification button, and then your recording button. So those are really your 3 main functions. Turn the scope off and on. The magnification button lets you zoom in or hold it down for picture-in-picture. And then recording is just like it says. You can hold it down to record. You can push it to pause the video recording, hold it down to save the video recording, or if you're in photo mode, you just click it to take photos. Here is your menu turret. It's a left turret menu button. Press this button in, short press, quick press, does different menu functions, and you roll the dial to go up and down through your menu selection. Top turret has your APS-2 battery. It is included with the scope. It's an APS-2 battery. Then over on this side, on the right turret, is your removable for your USB-C plug-in. This is where your USB-C cord will go. There is no light to indicate when the scope is fully charged. That's one thing that we've pointed out before that we really wanted was an indicator light to let you know when this scope is fully charged. So has an internal battery. So as you're charging this plugged up, you can charge the internal battery that's non-removable as well as the APS-2 battery in the top. It will charge both by plugging in here in your USB-C port. Obviously, this that's hanging off this scope is your IR light. It's an IR Illuminator. It has a tab here to open and give it some slack to rotate it in the position you want it. So you can move this around on your scope to the position you would like, then you clamp it back down. This is your brightness adjustment, guys. This is a rotary knob that you turn the brightness on this IR light up or down. Here on the back, I don't know if you can see this, is a power button. So right here, you press this to activate the light and a red LED bulb will light up here on the back. It's a LED indicator. It's very small. It doesn't get off, it gives off very, very little light, but you know when this thing's powered on by looking at that LED light. And then you can remove the back cap of the light and another APS-2 battery included with the scope. So you get 2 APS-2 batteries in this scope. One that goes in this turret, one that goes in your IR light. Here on the end, on the objective end, the first ring is your focus. This is your objective focus. You twist, focus the image. And then this is a selector ring, what I'll call it. You have a moon and a sun indicator on the top, and you just roll the dial to the sun for daytime, to the moon for nighttime. And that will go back and forth between your modes. And then you have a dust cover, quick press cap that seals that objective lens up. All right, guys, so let's go through some pros and cons, who it's for, who it fits, and go through a few more features on what this scope can do. So you can zero. Let's talk about zeroing. You know, typically on a thermal scope, you have to zero. You zero in the daytime. You're using a piece of aluminum foil or something that gives off heat. Don't have to do this with digital night vision. With digital night vision, you can zoom. You can do this in the daytime in full color. Set up a shoot and see target, a feed sack, hand-drawn rings on a piece of cardboard. You'll see it. It's full color. So you will sight this in and zero it like you would a daytime scope. Now you do have the zeroing menu that course, it's the one-shot zero function as well. You'll take your first shot at the bullseye, see your point of impact. You'll move the red X over to the point of impact in the screen, long press the menu button, it will move your reticle, and then you're ready to go. So take you a few follow-up shots, dial it in if you would like, and you're zeroed. It's that simple. What else? Who's it for? 3.5 power base magnification. Man, typically in a thermal scope, guys, that's going to be for your long range guys, your coyote guys, your hog hunters aren't going to enjoy that much. I found it to be a little different in this Digex. I hunt a lot of hogs, do a lot of hog hunting, but I didn't have any major objections to the 3.5 power base magnification. There were some spots I was set up in stands hunting feeders 100 yards away, and I liked the 3.5 power magnification. So I think it's a dual purpose. I think your hog hunters are going to like it. Your deer hunters are going to like it. And where it's legal in your state to use this for deer hunting, it's a very usable scope. And then your coyote hunters, you know, it's the 3.5 power base. So you're going to be able to make effective shots at longer ranges, 300 yards, 250 yards. You can do that. Since we're talking about that, let's talk about the effective viewing distance with this built-in IR. Out of the box, this is the best IR light that I've ever used on a digital night vision scope. I'm not talking aftermarket IR lights. I'm talking you buy a digital night vision scope, you get an IR light that comes with it from the factory. Pulsar's Digex has the best. So the ranges that I was able to find and used was I could see cross fields and see wood lines at 300 yards. I would even say a little further than 300 yards. I could see the wood line, but I don't know that I could have made an effective shot on a coyote or a hog at that distance. I'm going to say your really effective range is 250 yards. At 250 yards, I was looking at hogs in some fields that were overgrown, and you've probably seen it in the video before this. I had no issue spotting those hogs and identifying those hogs at 250 yards and maybe even a little bit further. So realistically, conservatively, 250 yard range is the usable range. If that's good for you, if you're say, Ashley, I'm not shooting past 250, my shots are 200 yards and less, this factory IR light is ideal. It's all you need. One thing I forgot to mention, you can adjust the IR light. This ring, you can turn this, loosen, and move this IR light to adjust it to where it's focused in your objective. So you can loosen it, move it where you need it, where it's correct, and then you tighten it back down and it will stay in that position. So you can adjust this IR light here on the end. One question I get, guys call up, say, man, I'm a coyote hunter. I want to see 500 yards, 600 yards. Okay, you've got a solution. I would recommend getting a aftermarket IR light. And then the first thing guys ask are, well, can it mount to the scope where the factory Digex light is? My answer generally to that is no. This piece is clamped and fastened to this tube. It can be removed. It would take a Torx head screw and a little bit of work, but you could remove this light if you needed to. If you took this light off, this IR light off, then you would be able to use another clamping system with an aftermarket IR light and attach it, or leave it on the scope and just mount your aftermarket IR light to the rail on your gun. If you're running an AR platform, that's pretty easy. Have a spare Picatinny rail on the side or underneath, put your aftermarket IR light in that place, and you'll be set up. Obviously, guys, we run sniper hog lights. Those are the ones that we carry on our website that we believe in. It's what I use, love them. The 66 LRX, you're going to get 800 yards of visibility, and you can do that with this Digex C50. If you want a little bit smaller, you can go with the 50 LRX, and you're still going to get 600 yards of usable distance with this scope. So This scope is only limited by the IR light. And again, from the factory, from Pulsar, this is the best one I've ever tested. 250 to 300 yard range. So if that fits your situation and you're good with that range, there's no need to get an aftermarket light. So if you do want the aftermarket light, if you want the further ranges, we have a few options. Call us, talk to us about it, and we'll go through those. So who's it not for? If you're hunting under 100 yards, most of your shots are under 100, you're hunting in the woods, overgrown fields. If you hunt in a place where there's a lot of fog, mist, I'm talking like the Pacific Northwest or maybe parts of Florida, man, night vision's probably not your best option. I would be looking more towards thermal. Night vision is a really neat technology. I enjoy night vision. Obviously, I have a night vision scope, and there are a lot of times when I take that night vision and use it and prefer it. But there are certain situations when the weather's just not conducive for night vision. You will get glare from that IR light, and you'll get that glare back in the scope, and you'll have trouble seeing through the scope. So digital night vision is not for every scenario as far as weather patterns are concerned, but on good weather nights, good clear nights, and I love night vision. I really enjoy it. I will use a thermal monocular spotter and then have night vision on my gun. So I will run through some of these menu functions with you guys real quick. Another feature I did not mention is twilight mode. So it has a setting, and I'll show you this in the menu, that is, they call it sunlight, but it's just really it's twilight mode. What that does is that adjusts this scope at low light. So say, the last 10 minutes of light, last 10 minutes of shooting light, I'm talking after sunset, and you've got that last 30 minutes of light. You can enable that sunlight option in the menu, and this scope will still retain a color image in very low light conditions. So it can pull in a lot of ambient light and still give you a color image. It's another feature that these scopes offer that you don't get in a lot of your other night vision scopes. So hang on, guys. I'm going to go through the menu system on this, walk through a few things, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, guys, you can see I'm in the main screen here. Currently it is on the moon, so you see it's in black and white. The lens cap is closed, but that's, if you roll the dial and the objective lens there over to the sun, that would be for daytime, and gives you your daytime image, full color image. You roll it back to the moon here for nighttime. So let's go through the menu button here. It's on your left turret, and a quick press will just start you with your brightness. There's your contrast adjustment. There's your stadiometric rangefinder. Back to your brightness. Long press will back you out of that. Long press the menu button brings you to your reticle and zeroing. If we select it, there's our profiles. Obviously with Pulsar, you can put this on 5 different weapons. Long press to back out. This is your back out of this. This is your reticle choice. All your different reticles to choose from. I'll roll through these and let you guys see the different reticle options you have. Get back on a large one here. Select it. Then we'll go to our reticle colors. Man, I'm not even going to list all these colors. As you guys see, there are a bunch of different colors here. Select green. There's your reticle brightness. There's your yardage. Distance, your zeroing. So this is where you would actually go into zero the scope. XY movement, magnification, and then your freeze frame, and then your distance if you wanted to name it. Windage elevation, so your XY axis, magnification, freeze frame, then your distance if you want to give it a name. Long press backs you out. Then you can add a new distance here at the bottom if needed. Long press to back you back out. This is that sunlight I was telling you about, twilight mode, which will give you a lot more ambient light strength and give you a good image at low light conditions. Your icon brightness, guys, here's your Wi-Fi to turn off and on. For your Wi-Fi streaming to the Stream Vision 2 app, which will let you see what you see in the scope live, or you can pull videos and pictures off the scope onto your phone or tablet. Wi-Fi settings, microphone off on, general settings will run through it. Of course, your language, your calendar for the date, your time, yards or meters. This is your default, return to default option if you ever needed to. Then format will erase the videos and pictures on the scope. That's your accelerometer, which is your left, right arrows that pop up on the screen, lets you know if you're tilted too much with the scope, and then back to your main menu. So you'll see, there's your accelerometer, those arrows that pop up and flash when you tilt left and right, guys. So you see the battery bars in the bottom right corner. Battery number 1 is always your internal battery. Battery number 2 is always your external battery. That's your APS-2 battery in the top turret. So that is your menu, system, and display screen, guys. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We've covered pretty much everything and what this scope can do, the conditions it handles, the features, the functions, who it's for, maybe who it's not for, and everything, all the details, the menu system. So walk through the whole thing on this. What do I like and not like? Guys, this is probably one of my favorite night vision scopes. I really like this scope. You can do a lot with it, has a really good image, and it just has all the Pulsar functions and features that they're known for. So if you like all that function and features, reticle colors, the great video and audio recording, great picture image. I mean, this scope is it. It is stout, it's durable, 3-year warranty on this scope like all Pulsar products. Again, this is the fall of 2023. Pulsar still at a 3-year warranty. So it's just a fantastic scope. Dislikes, there's not many, if any. Really, I would say weight. Scope's heavy. It's not ideal for if you want to use it around the house on a really small platform, like a little 22. It's a lot of weight. So it's a heavy scope, but man, you got 3 batteries: internal battery, external removable, and an external in the IR light. So other than that, I love it, guys. It's a great scope. You can do lots with it. Daytime footage is wonderful. The video at night is really, really good. So multiple platforms this can be used on, AR platforms, bolt action platforms. It'll work and fit in every scenario. So if you think this scope is for you, if this is something you have some questions about and you want to know, maybe there's something I missed here, maybe there's something else that you want to ask that I haven't thought of, just call me. I've got a lot of time behind this scope. I've used it for, golly, ever since last winter, I guess. So I got plenty of footage with it, plenty of time, good weather, bad weather. So if you want to know more about it, give me a call at 877-350-1818. And I'll be hitting you up with a few more reviews. I've got a few more things coming up. I know we've got some big announcements coming up later on this year. So just stay tuned, and I will keep rolling out some of this footage and some of these videos and reviews on scopes and some more helmet stuff. I know I've got some more of that coming up as well. But anyway, guys, appreciate y'all watching. If you need anything else, just give us a call. I'll be glad to help you with it. Thanks.